Hello, I am excited to show you the web application that I designed, Theurgy, which is a mental health electronic medical record. And as you can see, we have a nice graphic here on our home page. I have not logged in yet, but as a visitor, I can view my list of available treatments, I can look at details of those treatments. I can log in with Facebook, I can log in regularly, or I can sign up. So the sign up form looks like this. This is for somebody that wanted to sign up for the application. This is our login page. As you'll see, a sign up has the option for a name. So we'll say John, username, we'll just say like John1, and he works for the Mayo Clinic. He can be an administrator with administrative privileges or not. We'll say that he doesn't, and his password can be whatever. We'll just put in test. And he creates an account. We'll have a list of John's patients. As you can see, John doesn't have any patients yet. Welcome back. And then you'll see that now that he's logged in, he can look at a list of symptoms, which I've applied with seed data here. He can look at diagnoses, specific diagnoses, the details of those, the details of diagnoses. There is no, this just has the text here for the diagnosis, and then treatments, and the treatment details. So if we go back to John's profile, this is his name here, and this is his username here. So let's log out and look at some actual patients. So we have, thanks to our seed data, a standard user that we can look at. Okay, so this is our standard user. His name is standard user. He can look at his patient details. Right now, John Smith has no symptoms, no diagnoses, and no treatments. However, if you go into edit, we can look and we can see John Smith. We can say, okay, we want to give him depression and anxiety, and let's say here under diagnosis, we want to do just major depressive disorder. We'll update our patient here, and now you'll see that his symptoms are listed here, his diagnoses are here. Now, as a provider, I might want to assign John some treatment. And depression and anxiety, major depressive disorder, we might need to use some medication, but we might not need medication management. Who knows? So let's just go ahead and say that we're going to assign him some medication management. So we're going to assign this treatment. You'll see now that John Smith's treatment, medication management, is active. And so he's currently in that treatment. So let's say several months have passed and he's no longer active in this treatment. We can set it to not active and update the status. And maybe now he's not doing medications and he's doing instead behavioral health counseling. So we'll assign him some behavioral health counseling and maybe that'll be active. See here, it says successfully added therapy. So now if we go back to our profile for our user, let's say that John Smith, or let's say Jane Doe is no longer our patient. We can get rid of her off our list here. But you'll see here that the treatments, we can view our treatments and we can look at our diagnoses and we can look at our symptoms, but we can't edit them. And we can try to edit them in our URL and just say, what about new? Oh, I got to be an administrator to access that action. Okay, so let's log out. And we're going to log in. We're going to log in with our seed data for our administrative user. You'll notice here, the first thing it says is it tells you that you're an admin. Welcome back. Doesn't have a clinic, doesn't have any patients, but I can add symptoms. So if we go to our symptom list here, there's new symptom. Can add a diagnosis. Can even delete treatment. So let's say we don't want care coordination anymore. All right, so now that I've edited this web app as the administrator, let's log out and go back to our standard user. Our standard user. Let's just say real quick that our user tries to get creative and go, I want to see user one's patients. Oops, let's say user one's patient. Let's see his first patient. Can't do it. Got to log in or sign up. Okay, good. So let's go log in. We'll do our standard user. And we'll log in. Let's see what we have. Okay, so we're all logged in. Let's view our symptoms. And look, there's the new symptom that was created. They can view it, but they can't delete it. New diagnosis, we can view it, but we can't delete it. And treatments. Notice that care coordination is now gone. So we can add patients. We can give, let's say we've got new patient and his date of birth is today, and they're not going to have any symptoms or treatments or diagnosis because they're new. They're a new patient. And they're just born, so they don't have any mental health issues yet. So current. And then if we go back to a standard user's profile, you see here's a new patient, and maybe we made an error there. We can delete that patient. We can view their details. We can edit that patient. You'll notice that its date of birth is pre-populated here. If we give that new patient depression, and we say it's a new diagnosis, and we update that patient, you'll see it says depression, a new diagnosis. If we go to edit that patient, you'll see that those are still selected, and everything functions as it should. And that's how a user would navigate through Theurgy.